connecting opportunities to the people who need them most.
10 TV News reporter Glenn McIntyre shows us how a school bus is helping people on the journey to a better life. It's what some are calling the buses for hope.
It looks like any yellow school bus, but the people getting on aren't students, and they're not heading to any classroom. They're not carrying backpacks, but the heavy baggage of life.
Many of the folks that are getting on the bus are currently living in homeless shelters, recovery houses. These are folks that have lost their homes. They've lost much of what we would take for granted in their life.
Deb Dingus leads the United Way of Licking County.
They're coming sometimes out of incarceration, out of treatment facilities.
If you never wore those shoes, most of my people didn't have shoes.
Donna Gibson works with families through a program called Bridges Out of Poverty.
I don't really like the word poverty. I think it sounds like a disease, but ultimately that's what they're struggling with.
Mary Connors knows that struggle, along with the scourge of addiction.
But I've been a year and 4 months clean now. So, and I feel a lot better. I don't miss it, will not go back to it.
Almost as tough as beating her addiction, she says, was finding someone to give her a second chance.
Because I went almost 8.5 months trying to get a job, and everybody turning you away was like, really?
Why? Why were they turning you away?
Because of my record.
Many of them have backgrounds which make it difficult for employers to often want to hire them.
Deb says it was a conversation with the owners of Excel's Beauty Park in New Albany that sparked an idea. Excel needed workers, and Deb knew people in Newark who needed jobs. The challenge would be transportation.
We'll help you get employees if you can get us a bus.
And so they did, and Buses of Hope was born. Every day, dozens of employees are shuttled to and from work. Local churches even pitch in with sack lunches for everyone.
Thank you.
Mary calls the bus a lifeline. If you didn't have this,
I wouldn't have this job.
Donna says in the few months since the program started, some workers have already received promotions and raises.
Seeing moms get their kids back, seeing people get a job.
When is a yellow school bus more than a bus? When it's driving people to hope.
We're not solving all the problems, but we think it's a good start.
Glenn McIntyre, 10 TV News.
The United Way of Licking County says because of the strong response, they are working to add a second bus.